Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another makeup tutorial for you guys. As you guys can tell by the title, it's going to be a very weird makeup tutorial for you guys. I was watching TV and then this commercial came up from this guy selling coffins, the ones you get buried in. And then it came out an idea, what about if I do a look that I would like to be buried in. Well, not necessarily buried, obviously you are going to be buried, but the look I would like to people see me the day of my viewing. A viewing is when people go into like this room and then you're laying in your casket and they come up to you and they see you and then you have your eyes closed and you're like this. This is a look that I would like to wear. I just don't like the boringness that goes into funerals. I know it's a funeral and I know it's very emotional, but this is me and this is the way I would like to be buried in. I do want a sharp ass contour, a really extreme highlight, as you guys can tell. I do want my red lipstick. I love red lipstick. And I do want my sharp ass wing liner, the one that I could cut a bitch. Obviously, you don't have to wear nothing in your lower lash line because your eyes are going to be closed. But just in case if I re-wake up, I will want to have something down there. I do like smoky eyes, so I did like black smoky eyes in my bottom line and obviously my bold brows. This is the way I would like to be viewed the last time people are going to see me when I pass away. And obviously I did add a gray wig just because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have gray hair by the time I die. Obviously we don't know when we're going to die. But yeah, if you guys are not weirded out by this intro or this video, just keep on watching. I had so much fun recording this. I know this is a very weird tutorial, but if you guys want to see how I create this look, just keep on watching. Now I'm going to be doing my face. I'm going to be moisturizing my face first, and I'm using this e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. You can find these at Walmart and they are $8, I believe. I'm just going to be moisturizing my skin because you are going to be laying in a coffin and you don't want your skin to dry out. And then for primer, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro.Prep High Definition Smoothing Primer. You do want to put a smoothing primer because a lot of people are going to be seeing you in your coffin and you want your makeup to look as smooth as you want. I'm just going to be putting it in my problematic areas, which is just the center of my face, and then I will go down to my beard area. And for foundation, I'm going to be using two foundations. You do want to use a full coverage foundation because a full coverage and long wearing foundation, just because you are going to be laying in a coffin for a very long time and you want your foundation to last forever. So I'm going to be using my Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. I'm using two colors because I like to mix them. I'm using 322 Warm Honey and I'm using 230 Natural Buff. So I will be mixing these two and I will be blending them into my skin. For concealer, I'm going to be using my trusty LA Girl Pro HD Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige. And I like to squish it out. I like to squish it out and put it in my hand just to warm up the product a little bit. And I'm going to be blending that out with the same Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge to set my under eye area, because you do want it to last all the time that you're in the casket, because people are going to be looking at you and you don't want to look all nasty and shiny under your eye. So you do want to use a translucent powder, and always I'm going to be using my Airspun translucent powder just because this is my favorite powder and I love it so much. And I'm using a Morphe M438 to apply the translucent powder. And to set my entire face, I'm going to be using this LA Girl Pro Face HD Matte Pressed Powder. I'm not going to be using a lot because the foundation that I did use was matte, but I'm just going to set my foundation just so my bronzer can blend a little bit better and smoothly on top. But you do want to be looking flawless in your casket, so I'm just going to be applying a little bit of powder. To bronze my face, I'm going to be using this same brand as LA Girl Pro Face High Definition Press Matte Powder. And I did forget to mention what color did I use for the face powder. I used Soft Honey. And I'm going to be using the same brand of powder. This is the LA Girl Pro Face HD High Definition Press Matte Powder. And this is in shade Warm Caramel. And I'm going to be using this Morphe M527 brush. This brush is amazing to bronze. To give my cheekbones a little bit more definition, I'm going to be grabbing my Makeup Geek contour powders. These are warm and cool tone bronzer. I think this is a medium tone if I'm not mistaken, but one is half-hearted and complicated. Obviously, I do like warm because it does give me a bronze. Even though I already bronze, I just love bronzer. And the cool tone, I like it because it gives you the shadow that you want for your contour. And I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild stippling brush. Just be careful when you grab these powders. They are very pigmented and can get very muddy very fast. And to clean up my contour, just because I do want a very sharp contour, just so I could cut a bitch during my viewing, I am going to be grabbing the shade Lyric out of the Kat Von D Shooting Light Contour Palette, and I'm using a Morphe M438 to apply it. I'm just going to swipe it under my contour. It is a very light shade. It's lighter than my skin tone, so it will help me to lighten under here. Okay, I'm done for my face right now. I'm going to be moving to my eyes just because my eyes is a very important part for the look. I want it to be very awesome. I know this is very close, but I did want to show you guys closer so you guys can see what I'm going to be doing with my eyes. This is a very important look because we are going to be laying in a coffin. Well, I'm going to be laying in a coffin, and this is the look that I want to go with. So your eyes obviously are going to be closed. So the statement will be on your eyes. So I did put a little bit more powder. I know you guys can see all my pores, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Everybody has pores. I'm going to be using my trusty Morphe 35O palette. You guys know I would definitely die in this palette. They could bury me with this palette. I love this palette so much just because all the world warm tones. I'm going to be grabbing this shade right here. This is going to act as my transition shade, and I'm going to be applying it using a Morphe G24. This is an amazing shade for a transition. It's enough warmth that you want to transition all your other colors because we are going to be going with darker browns. So I'm just going to be grabbing a mirror because I can't use my table mirror just because it's a little bit low and I need to be a little bit higher. So I'm just going to be applying it directly into my crease. This doesn't have to be neat. It's just going to be blended. Just make sure it's very blended, very smoky. And then I'm going to be going into a even darker tone warm brown, and I'm going to be grabbing the one that I already hit pan in. Obviously that's my favorite color because I already hit pan on it. So I'm just going to be grabbing that warm brown shade right there. And I'm going to be using that same brush I used before, the Morphe G24. This is obviously the gunmetal collection because it's silver. And I'm just going to be placing this in the outer corner of my eye and slowly blending it into my crease in windshield wiper motion. And then you guys can see all that fallout that I'm getting. Obviously that's the reason why I put my translucent powder, because I don't want to mess up my base. Then I'm going to be grabbing a straight out black shadow. I'm going to be grabbing this black out of the Makeup Forever Artist 1 palette. I like this black because it's not very, I know it's wrong to say, but it's not very pigmented, and I like that because it doesn't go on black. It goes in like a grayish tone black, and I like that. You can build up the color, but I'm not a very big fan of black because I do have turned down eyes, and if I put a lot of black, it's just going to turn my eyes more down, and it's just going to look weird. So I'm just going to be using this brush by Coastal Scents. This is the BRC N06 brush. I don't know if they still have it. I've had it for a while, but I'm just going to be applying this black to my outer corner, just slowly building up the color and blending it into my crease. Then I'm going to be grabbing that same G24 brush and just blend the edges out. I'm going to be going into my Makeup Forever Artist 1 palette, and I'm going to be grabbing all these top row shades, and I'm going to be mixing them together just to make a little concoction of shadow. And I'm going to be applying this all over my lid just because I want a very popping lid. And I'm going to be applying it using a Morphe 167 brush. This is going to be my inner third lid color, just so it can blend into the black. Now that I'm done with my eyes, I do want to do a sharp wing liner just because when the people will look at me, I wanted to cut a bitch, obviously. So that's why I'm going to be doing a wing liner. And as always, I'm using my favorite liquid liner. This is my NYC liquid liner in black. So now I'm just going to be applying a black kohl liner in my waterline. This is by Beige Cosmetics. This is a Beige Party Girl After Hours waterproof gel eyeliner. You do want to use waterproof gel eyeliner even though you are going to be in a casket. You still want to use waterproof gel cat. To brighten up under my eye a little bit more, just because my eyes are very dramatic, I'm going to be using the shade Lyric from the Kat Von D shade Shading Light Contour Palette, and just put it under my eyes just to brighten up that under area. Then I'm going to highlight. You know, I have to highlight the day of my funeral. So I'm just going to be blinding everybody the day of my funeral because that's what I like to know. So I'm going to be grabbing the shade Sunburst and Bubbly and mixing them together. And I'm going to be using a Morphe M501 and then apply it to my cheekbones. Imagine everybody watching that. Oh my god. So I'm going to be lining my lips using this Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Mary. Okay, then on top of that lip liner, I'm going to be using a metal lipstick by Kylie Cosmetics. This is from her holiday collection. This is in the shade Dancer. It's just like a burgundy red with glitter, which usually metals have a little bit of glitter. So I'm just going to be putting this on top of that entire lip liner. Then to set my entire face, I'm going to be using the City Color Cosmetics Matte Setting Spray. You can find these at your local beauty supply store. They're only $3. And you do want to set your face because you're going to be forever in your casket. And you don't want your makeup to melt because you're going to be going through winters, through summers, through springs, through fall. And you want your makeup to last. So I'm just going to be spraying this all over my face. I'm going to drench my face because I'm going to be forever in a casket. So, here we go. Well guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. I know this tutorial was very weird. I know everybody does not think about dyeing, but it's just an idea that came into my head and I just had to record it. It just sounds so fun and I did have a lot of fun recording it. Please don't forget to leave me comments down below and subscribe to my channel. Other products used and mentioned in this video will be down in my description box. Also, it's on my social media so you guys can follow me there. Thank you guys so much for watching my video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!